with Mayor Buttigieg. In the last 5 years, civil rights activists in our country have led a national debate over race and the criminal justice system. Your community of South Bend, Indiana, has recently been in uproar over an officer-involved shooting. The police force in South Bend is now 6% black in a city that is 26% black. Why has that not improved over your 2 terms as mayor?
Well, I think that's insightful in the sense that community-based policing would be much, much more effective in many, many situations, and trying to demilitarize police departments. It's like a lot of these police departments have essentially military hardware. And then so if you have military hardware and you don't really know the people you're policing, then you wind up with this very, very naturally mistrustful dynamic. I do not think that police departments need military equipment in 98% of situations, and that if they do need it, then there are other units that can assist with that. I mean, that's why these other units exist. And it's not necessarily the case that even as president, I could say every police officer in every agency is going to have a body camera. But what you can do at the federal level is you can say it is funded fully. And we're not talking about that mammoth an amount of money. We're talking about maybe several $1 billion would be enough to buy a camera for every police officer in the country. And then if you're a police department, you're literally like, well, the feds have funded this. And so we don't like the idea of cameras so much that we're going to turn down free cameras for our officers. That's going to be a very hard argument for municipal departments to make. And then if you're a citizen of that town, you're like, wait a minute, they're like literally free cameras that you guys are turning down? Like, what are you guys doing over there? So you could get significant adoption around the country if you just foot the bill. And from a public standpoint, I think we'd all accept what's a relatively trivial cost in the context of our budget to know that there's a new standard being offered for police officers around the country, which is that we expect their interactions with us to be recorded. And then if that's the new norm, then any interaction that's not recorded, then we'd look at it and say, well, what happened there? And then it becomes more and more of a standard for police officers to adopt over time.